tavern floor is slowly getting done. Needs masonry. Do I not have a mason? I do have a mason, and that's oh, he is busy doing other stuff. Who wants to be another mason? Who else do we have that's useless? So many fishermen. That's all you're doing, though. You're not designated anything else. Butchery and no. You're also a farmer, so really you should not be doing fishing. Or gem cutter. Spinning! Pottery! That's completely useless for us, but you're our brewer. Let's actually turn that off. Dyeing! Plant processing! You're our other farmer. God, why do you have to have important jobs? You're doing wood stuff. You're our you're one of our miners. Granted, you're only doing fishing. You have no other skills. Congratulations. You're now a stonemason. Enjoy your new jobs. Dwarves can smell the gold a mile away. My concern is goblins smelling it from a mile away. I don't think they count. I don't think the gold affects the dollar amount of the fortress until it's picked up. I don't think. I could be wrong, because what I do have to worry, there are goblins. Where is civilizations? So we have 2 dwarvens and then, sorry, kobolds. So I'm worried that they will attack, and I've seen in some of the newer versions of the game, they tend to bring quite big armies. Like, it's not just a whole bunch of little tiny kobolds. Like, they'll bring trolls and stuff. So I'm a little bit worried about that. And like I wonder if I should probably put the dog back. Oh, that's right. I don't have chains anymore. I don't understand why undoing a chain completely destroys it. I need another chain. Because we can get a chain and then put them right by the front door. Put dogs near the front door. I'm pretty sure this still works. You put a dog right near the front door, and then that stops. Like, they'll notice when thieves come through. I don't know if you have to work the gold for it to count. I honestly don't remember. I feel like maybe once you mine it, it's part. So I may have made a very bad error. But we do have walls. We can wall ourselves in and hope for the best. We probably should make some traps too, but I hate just plopping down traps for the sake of plopping down traps. Especially considering, like, part of the reason this was picked was because I wanted to do a tavern. I've not had a tavern actually work yet. The last game that I was playing on here, we embarked on an island that it turns out no one else was on. So we never, like, there was no other civilizations there. I'm not even sure how the mountain home got us stuff. So nobody ever showed up to our tavern. So I kind of want to get a tavern going, which is partially why we picked a road, because I assume people are going to be walking by on here. The water was a nice bonus. You know what? Cancel all of this. None of this needs to happen. We're going to pretend none of this ever happens. So they're digging out. Oh, good. And this is like a good amount of obsidian. I've had a couple where it's like, oh, we've got like little tiny pockets of obsidian. Let's go down to here. The marble will be nice too. Okay, so they're just not digging. They're busting ass on the new bedroom layer. Yeah, this is waste. I could, you know what? This will be totally fine if I make sure I do this correctly and not screw this up. We'll just expand these out one layer. A bigger dining room and a bigger barracks is not going to be a big issue. Yeah, because there's nowhere for them to eat. That's... Sorry. Can't do much about that. I didn't realize that, you know... And they refuse to eat during the winter. Like, pasturing them in the winter doesn't seem to help much. Where's our doors? Doors have started being worked on, that's good. But I've only got one miner doing most of that stuff. Needs plants. Of course you need plants. Stuff's being harvested, so that's okay. I need more farmers, and then we can get more of that going. I think we still have... We're able to still continue to make meals, so we've at least got food coming. Got some seeds, we've got some drinks, got some plants. Why are you complaining, man? Oh well. Just make sure we don't have any other noble requirements. Nope. So this is not going half bad. Knock on wood until the kobolds show up. On the plus side, our miners do quite a bit of job. What are you grabbing? Oh, he's grabbing... Oh, he might be running out of gems. If he's coming all the way down here to get gems, he might be running out. Which is not bad. The gems were mostly there just as a safeguard to like get us some cash. Because the old cup thing doesn't work anymore. I think someone told me last game mechanisms are the new cup. Though we will have to make some cups for the tavern when we get that far. And I'd like to build a temple too. I don't know if I want to do a temple on an internal temple just for the dwarves, or if I want to do one up on top. Because the one downside too, if we do have to lock the doors, one nice side effect with the tavern is if there are people with weapons, they'll sometimes fight. I don't necessarily want to lock my dwarves off from the temple, because then that can make them slightly angry. So I think an internal temple will probably be the best. Ooh, I wonder if I should do it. I mean, that would be kind of cool if I do that in the marble level. So I clear out, because we do have the one staircase is going down. You know what? What do we have on the triple staircase? I think this is just crappy. Is this granite? I mean, granite would not be bad. There is something to be said about just, you know, a jet black temple. Though getting down... It's like if we get here... We could do a 2Z level temple. And if I plan it right, you could have columns. So we could have, like, they're not technically needed to support anything. But, you know, we could have nice smoothed marble columns. That might be the best. and then dig out some obsidian, and then we can put obsidian statues in there, and then gold statues. Ooh. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I know what I'm gonna do once this is done. I think that's the next major project, because with this we'll have more than enough bedrooms. Because this gives us another 24 on top of the 20 we have. So we're actually doing pretty good. I can tear out some of the dormitory up above. Oh yeah, he is totally out of upper gems. So yeah, I think that is... That's going to be the best, I think. Yeah. We'll do a marble temple down on that marble layer. I need to get down. I need to dig down first, because that really is going to be... Okay, so these are wood furnace. Okay, so I think we want to make charcoal. Do that on repeat for a while. And then... Why can I not do... Is it because I don't have any... Let's get some charcoal first, and then we'll... Let's see, so my mason that I just made... Let's also make you a furnace operator. I think that's the thing. Who did we just set that to? Boop-a-doop-boop-boo. Meng, okay. You... Furnace operating. Don't know if you need metal crafting, but we'll give you metal crafting. And blacksmithing. You know what? You're just going to be an all-around awesome person. I mean, I'm not going to make stuff out of gold. That's just dumb. Like, you shouldn't make weapons and stuff out of gold. We have a Dwarf that's visiting. This is all totally new to me, because like I said, last Embark we did it on an island where nobody was actually real. Wait. Oh, right here. Guest. No activity. Dwarf Fortress guests. Visitors. Let's see. A visitor guest is a person that comes to the site at random to drop by a location, which I don't have yet, which is weird. Some may seek permanent employment. Initially, a fortress will receive only about 3 visitors for a given location. First guests will visit out of curiosity, and when they leave, they'll bring back word of what the place is like. If the location proves to be popular and not deadly, it'll attract more visitors. Visitors do not include merchants, diplomats, wild animals, or invaders. The arrival of visitors is notified in announcements. They're on the other unit, which I see there. They provide protection and social interactions for citizens. Visitors are also a source of rumors, which they bring and spread to the site, including the players' fort. Several downsides include overcrowding, alcohol depletion, accident. That's fine. A visitor's current activities and type can be estimated by pressing VG and hovering over it. So let's go to the... Whoops, I'm in the wrong window. Z. VG. Maybe... He's right there. Okay. And now he's moved, I think. VG. Nope, that's my guy. Dwarf. G. Oh, he's not doing anything. I can learn more about this visitor after they chat with a local. Okay. Oh god. He's gonna see our pitiful... Like, this is literally our meeting area right here. I feel so ashamed. Speaking of which... throne. Should have gone up. Let's get 10 thrones. And stone. Is it not stone? It's not just... Oh, TAB. No, it's not just that. table. Oh, rock, not stone. Why? 10 of those. Okay, because we'll get that. We'll need that for the new meeting hall. Once we get the tavern, I do have this designated, right? Okay, no, that's set to go. Yeah, just construct an active. Okay. Because I would like to eventually get... I mean, the tavern's going to have to get set at some point. But... I don't think I can... What did that say? Petition available? Oh. Wishes to reside in Gateislands for the purpose of eradicating monsters. Sure. That's fine with me. I mean, I don't have any monsters, but, you know. Where frequently visits tavern to relax. Mercenaries. After they socialize in tavern for a while, they'll petition for long-term residency. Once granted, they'll go outdoors or deep to slay beasts. They will not begin to slay beasts until they become a long-term resident. They start arriving after a cavern is revealed. They'll even come if there's no unrestricted locations. Monster slayers go down into the caverns alone to slay subterranean creatures. Beast hunters remain above ground and hunt. Ooh. Okay. So... this is a monster slayer, which means he needs to go down into the... Okay. So, actually, I need to... How are you guys doing? You're doing okay. We need to set another zoom level down here. There. F4. Zoom here. Name this. Caverns. Oops. DX. Oh yeah, this was part of the problem. I would let... You know, this is a good ingress point here. So let's dig. There. There. So we'll go to here, we'll put a door, which I think keeps monsters out. We'll find out. We'll put a door here, and then open this up, and then let him go down and screw around in there. See, in that case, if we're going to have... Really should just widen this all out anyway. That's good enough. Okay, so when they get down here, they'll do that. What the fuck is going on in this game? Okay, so if you've ever heard of a game like RimWorld, it's the same kind of basic idea. It's a dwarf management game where you kind of issue commands and say like, hey, do this, and one of the dwarves will pick it up and kind of do it. Somewhat in the vein of like The Sims, where like, you know, hey, go eat food, and they'll go make food. But with Dwarf Fortress and games like RimWorld, oh, we got elves. Awesome. We can maybe get some stuff from them. Because I don't have a good way to kill them right now. But so, like, for the most part, like, I'm issuing, like, I've told them to dig all of this area out. So, like, these brown spots are places I want them to dig. So they're going through and digging all this kind of stuff out. It sounds really stupid and boring, but there's a whole lot of mechanics that go into this. So every little tiny thing is represented in this game. There, like when combat happens, I don't think I have any. Whoops, let's go to reports. So like whenever anything fights, you get these big. This is one single fight. Like it simulates like arteries being ripped open. In this case, we had a kobold come in and try to steal something from us. So the recruit grabs the kobold thief by the tongue with her left upper arm. Basically just grabs the tongue and then basically starts to throttle him around with that. And this ends with so this was a wrestler that was doing it. The wrestler releases the joint lock on the thief's left foot. The wrestler punches the kobold thief in the head with her left hand, and the injured part explodes into gore. So they don't have any weapons, which is why they're wrestlers. So he punched the kobold so hard, the head exploded. The dwarf then said, "Death is all around this. It's truly horrifying." Then he complained about wearing old clothes. So that is a small taste of what Dwarf Fortress is. But if you've ever seen anybody play like RimWorld, it's the same kind of idea. You're building a little tiny, they're dwarves, so we call them forts. But like in RimWorld, you have cities. So you're trying to kind of build up and, build a civilization kind of out of these things, these dwarves. But they're going through and they're living their own little lives. And the little tiny stories that come out of that are probably some of the most amazing. This game's been around a long time. If you're interested in playing it, there's a thing called a lazy noob pack that you can install. It's kind of, you just drop it on your computer. They have it for Windows and Mac and Linux, and it gets the game all set up. Kind of makes it look a little pretty. It does have a bit of a learning curve though, so I recommend watching at least a couple videos. Because everything you can kind of see over here, it's mostly done with the keyboard command, so which puts a lot of people off. But we've got a human bowman now. So like right now, one cool thing is we've started building this thing up, this fortress up. We actually have visitors coming, and a couple of them have already one of them has already asked to come live. So they actually want to go down into this layer here, which is a massive underground cavern, and just hunt. Which is kind of cool. Like, people are actually wanting to come and live throughout this world, and the entire world is simulated. So, like, there's so much simulation that goes on under this hood. Modern computers struggle when you have, like, a population of, like, 120. So much stuff goes on in this. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I've been playing it on and off for 8 years. And it just constantly gets better and better. It's made by one guy, pretty much, which is insane. Okay, so we have our new... We don't have any petitions, so we don't have to worry too much about that. I wonder... I don't think they would have those... Anyway, let's have a trader come, or have our broker come. So like right now we have a dwarf, or a bunch of elves visiting, and so we're gonna see what they have and possibly trade with them. So we've been building up a whole bunch of gems that we can trade. So we'll get our broker here. He's here now. First off, I guess the main question is, do they have anything? Because elves mostly have wooden things, and really, sorry for my squeaky chair. I would not mind instruments. Because if we're going to do the tavern, we're going to have instruments. It's a freezing biome. It's so... Yes and no, turns out. The map said it was temperate, and it turns out there's only a little tiny temperate spot on the map. But for the most part, during the winter it freezes. During the summer and spring and fall, it's actually fairly temperate. But it does freeze over during the winter. So we're not in a totally frozen biome. I didn't want to go that far with it. Yeah, I don't necessarily need the chests. They don't have any wine, do they? Chrome walnuts, mail shirts. No. Okay, so if I could, I think the Othala and the Anina, I think those are instruments, because they can't just be called instruments. Oh, no. Othala is an anvil. Why would you want a wooden anvil? And I know they're dwarves, but Or I know they're elves, but come on. And Anina is a tulip. What? Okay, so I guess the thing that the things that I thought I would want, I don't actually want. I can get the hoods. Clothes would not be bad, because my dwarves are going to eventually start complaining about clothes. Okay, so let's move some things over. Cut gems. Let's actually just move that category over. Oh, we do have the bracelets. I had one of my guys just start making bracelets just to get him to stop complaining about not having a craft. We'll sell them. I have an instrument? Where? What? Where? Oh, I did! Oh, that's right. It's an heirloom. $36,000? Not bad. Okay, well, we'll move all the cut gems. We won't need all of those, but I'm definitely not going to give all those to the elves. But we'll get some clothes. Clothes won't be bad. Let's see, what time is it? It's early spring, so this is all going to start thawing out here soon. So you can see the green starting to pop through. To combat the fact that the river is frozen, we do have a cistern which is working out fairly well, and we can refill it pretty easily. It's this lever right here, I think. And that'll refill it, though this will take a long time for this to empty out. How's our bed? Okay, bedrooms are looking good. So let's actually go ahead and go to P. Planning mode on. There we go. What does little P do? I don't think it does anything. So we're actually just going to go ahead and start to set all this up. And they're in the middle of making doors, and whatever doors I've got left will also start to be being made. Or once they're being made, they'll come down here and be placed. Okay, so that gives us our doors. We're gonna need beds. Whoops. Because I really don't care what goes in here. Planning mode off or on. Whoops. I will cancel you in a minute. Okay, so we got that. And then we are going to need cabinets. Let's put that near the door. Whoops. F, planning mode. Because dwarves got to store their stuff somewhere. And then the other thing we need is a container. We'll just set that right. Whoops. There. So I don't know if they're gonna. I mean, whatever they end up using is not that big a deal. If I have extra containers, I have extra containers. Or like they're using barrels or whatever. Whatever satisfies their needs.